these four fingers on the other side and try and go like that. Some people can't do it, especially if they've fallen off a horse too many times. Or you don't have the strength, but you'll find some of these are harder to open than others. But anyway, that's how it goes. Like that. And the stitching should be on your right, so you're going to be stitching from the right. Now, I'm going to give you a choice of threads, which is terribly exciting. This is linen thread. It's Irish linen thread, and it's the old traditional thread. In fact, it's going to be really traditional. This is how they used to make thread years ago. It was hemp. And what you did, you had a tack on the bench, and you put a certain number of threads like that. To make a four-chord thread, you go backwards and forwards 4 times, and then you roll it on your thigh, and then you beeswax it, and then you taper off the end to thread it on. And that's what the apprentices used to do. They'd have to make up the threads for the bridle makers. And that's what happened until they brought out ready-made thread on a reel, which was much simpler. All you have to do is beeswax it. And this is why they come in 3 chords and 4 chords. Oh, somebody borrowed my 4 chord. Has she brought it back? She hasn't brought it back. Somebody borrowed my 4 chord to do a head collar. This is 3 chord 18. That means it's 3 thickness of hemp to be old-fashioned. But if you wonder why it's called 3 chord and 4 chord, not many people use it these days because we've all gone over to tiger thread, which is polyester waxed. So it's already waxed, you don't have to beeswax it. It's a little bit more expensive, but this is really nice for stitching. You get it in at 0.6, different colours, different kinds of brown, and also 0.8, which is slightly thicker. So I'll just show you now.
Would the 0.8 be for like girth straps?
Yes,
So
and
where you need extra
head collars, that's slightly heavier stuff. But 0.6 is great, except it's £35 a reel. But that probably lasts you about 5 years. You know, it's 1,000 metres there. That's a lot of work. So it's just the initial outlay, but I'll try, so we can start on this.
Is there any benefits between the different
Well, this is a lot
materials?
cheaper.
Yeah.
And some people actually like the traditional, some people like the traditional feel and the sort of idea that they're using something more traditional. So, cut your thread. Did you notice I was putting a point on the end? Trying to get a nice point on the end of my thread. That's for threading. Luckily the needles they've brought out now, which are made in China, have much bigger eyes than the old ones.
The Chinese are so short-sighted, isn't it?
Could be. They used to be made in Warwickshire, at Studley, in a little factory. And then recently, this new packet, they've changed the packet.
Is that just a block of beeswax?
Manufactured in China to Antico's exacting quality and specification, except they've changed it. So now, instead of, they're blunt harness needles, but they're not blunt, they're sharp. But they do have a much bigger eye. So what we do is flatten the end of the thread between your thumb and your needle. You do that? And then that should enable the thread to go through the eye.
You can get needle threaders as well that are like a little wire.
They don't work
Because
with
they
this
use in
thread.
schools.
The standard needlework ones.
No, they don't work.
They won't
with this.
work.
They're very flimsy.
Not with this thread. No, they break.
They would break, yes.
Anyway, put it through about 3 inches. We're going to tie this needle on so it doesn't keep coming off. So I'm going to put the end of the thread over the point of the needle. You see that? It's gone over the point. Right? And then I'm going to get the hold of the point of the needle and the end of the thread. Oh God, how ridiculous. That doesn't help.
So you're actually splitting the thread.
Yeah, splitting the thread,
Right.
pulling it down, and then pulling the knot up so it's within about an inch of the end. You don't want the knot right up on the eye because it makes a bit of a mess. Okay?
And it will stay there, it won't shift the knot.
That's not going to shift. Well, unless you really pull on it. Get your other needle. These are number 4s, by the way. Always use number 4s, by the way. So flatten the end of the thread. Put it through. Get the end. And push it through. Can you see that? Pull it like that. Pull it up. And there's your thread. Ready to go.